Hi, I'm Kathy Norman, and I want to ask you a question. And the question is this. When you think about what's happening in the world with government or family or your spouse or your coworkers, do you feel powerless? Sometimes we do. But I want you to know something. You have a lot more power, you have a lot more authority than what you think. And it goes like this. When you see the best in other people, you bring out the best in other people. For example, a friend of mine, many years ago, she came to me and she said, I'm thinking that I'm going to get divorced. Now, she had been married 4 times before, so this was kind of a big deal. And so I asked her, I said, can I just be brutally honest with you for a moment? I think this might give you a different perspective. So she gave me permission to be brutally honest. And I said, I've watched you, and every time there's some sarcastic remark about men, you join right in, and that's your reality. You see, I accused her also of being a man-hater. Every time her husband would crack a joke, she would just roll her eyes in disgust. Every time he tried to do something to please her, she would complain about him. Every time I got together with her or with other friends, she would complain about him. And every time she would even think about him, she would think about the worst of who he was. And consequently, it got to the point where she just didn't like him anymore. So I said, in my observation, you are choosing to step into a reality that is not very good for your relationship. You are focusing in on the worst when really he's pretty innocent. And when she really got that, she decided at that moment that, maybe she needed to change her way of thinking. And of course, she was shocked by what I had to say because she had never thought of it in those terms before. She changed the way that she thought about him. She praised him and stopped calling him names and stopped participating in man-hating. She stopped complaining about him to other people. She praised everything about him. And what happened was miraculous. They fell in love again, but in a greater way, because she brought out the best in herself and she brought out the best in him. You see, we have a choice as to what reality we choose to step into. We can choose to step into the darkness, which everyone possesses, right? I mean, you cuss at the people that pull out in front of you in the freeway, or at the referee during a football game, or, you name it. We have a dark side. We can get a little snarky. I'm talking to myself here. But then we also have that part of us that can focus in on the good and the best of others. And I'm telling you, if you focus in on the best will emerge. And that is the way to have a peaceful reality on this planet. So if you think that what's happening in the world is not so good, well, maybe try not to focus in on that. Focus in on what's going on as far as the good things. What's the good news? What's the best in people, places, and things? Step into that reality, and you're going to see that you're going to have a most spectacular time with yourself and the people around you. So, here's to looking at the best in people, places, and things. Enjoy the day. God bless you. Bye-bye.